Hari Om students, good morning to all. Here Rani ma'am, 11th standard, subject English. Today we are going to see Unit 5 Prose Convocation Address written by Dr. Aringa Annadurai. Here you have one GK question. Natarajan Annadurai was popularly known as Aringar Anna by whom? Bharatidasan, Mahatma Gandhi, E.V. Ramaswamy, Bharadiyar. So answer me soon. Students, before moving into the lesson, let me give short introduction related to the topic. Okay. Leadership plays an important role in every aspect of everyone's life, especially in students' life. In the modern world, students are facing many career challenges, employment problems, and conflict between idealism and beneficial. That's why they need leadership skills to accept challenges, solve problems, and analyze career direction. C.N. Annadurai, who was fondly called Anna, now by millions of Tamilians, was one of the most charismatic leaders of modern India. Let's have a look on to the author, C.N. Annadurai. Dr. Kanjiva Ram Natarajan Annadurai was born on 15th September 1909. He was popularly called Arinyar Anna. He was an Indian politician who served as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu from 1967 to 1969. He was a great orator and an acclaimed writer in Tamil. Here, orator means a public speaker, especially one who is skilled. Okay. Jawaharlal Nehru hailed him as one of the greatest parliamentarians. He has published several novels, short stories, and plays which incorporate political and social themes. C.N. Annadurai was awarded the Chubb Fellowship at Yale University, the first non-American to receive this honor. The same year, he was awarded an honorary doctorate by Annamalai University. He died of cancer on 3rd February 1969. His funeral had the highest attendance of any to that date. The biggest funeral ever in history was the funeral of the former Chief Minister C.N. Annadurai. Let's move on to the lesson. Before going into the lesson, let me tell you the meaning of convocation and address. Our topic name is what? Yes, convocation address. What is the meaning of convocation? Convocation means a large or formal meeting, specially for the ceremony at a university at the end of a course of study. The students were handed over their degree during the convocation. And what is the meaning of address? It has two meanings. One is the particulars of the place where someone lives. You know that. Second one is a formal speech delivered to an audience. So which meaning is apt to this lesson? Yes, second one. A formal speech delivered to an audience. So whose speech we are going to listen? C.N. Annadurai. Okay, now move to the lesson. The lesson Convocation Address by Arinyar Annadurai is an enlightening speech offering valuable advice and guidance to youngsters, instilling a sense of duty and service in them, urging them to give back to the society what they have gained from it. Prescribed lesson is an extract from the famous address made by the great leader Arinyar Anna at the Annamalai University, Tamil Nadu. On November 18, 1967, on the occasion of convocation, He feels happy to stand before the new graduates of the university, but at the same time, he finds it important to offer suitable guidelines for the future of the graduates. He says that he is going to repeat the advice given by a great and selfless man. Earlier, the speaker claims to represent the great man who have offered advice to the youth in the past. He says that the universities should guide and lead the students to serve the entire society. The students are trained to have confidence in themselves and faith in others. He tells that universities are the storehouse of knowledge. They have played a unique role in molding the common man as a potential ruler and taught him the duties and responsibilities of true citizen. He says in the olden days, universities produced scholars and poets only to adorn the chambers of the kings and queens. The wisdom of the scholars was meant for lords and nobles, not for the common men and women. The scholars and poets worked in their bars, away from the life of the common people. But today, the universities are for common men and women. Universities produced graduates who are equipped with knowledge. The graduates have faith in democracy and respect and treat all men as equal. Thus, universities improve the society. The university's function has been enlarged, not in its fundamental but in its arena. The universities equip the students with knowledge, they give the students patience and perseverance. They also instill in the students faith in democracy and a capacity to shoulder the responsibility. Above all, these universities instill in the students the spirit of service to society and concern to common men and women. According to Dr. Radhakrishnan, the university develops the spirit of democracy in students. Students learn to appreciate the points of views of others and learn to solve the differences through discussions, not by fighting. Thus, university develop broad-mindedness in students. Then he speaks of the duties of a graduate. He reminds them that university education is a privilege that they enjoy, for which they deeply injected to the community. Universities help to recall the struggles of the past and realize the possibilities, the challenges and opportunities of present. According to Annadurai, the contributions of the educated youth should not so much in terms of money, but in terms of service, in toning up society. Society is responsible for the education of youngsters, therefore, graduates should give back to the society. What they have received, they should serve to society by sharing the knowledge with illiterates, help them move up in life, inculcate hope in the depressed, and bring a new life into everyone. Around him, large amount of money is needed for the maintenance of institutions of higher learning. The state collects revenues from all people and allots a large share of it for education. This revenue comes from tilters and toilers, people who work on the agricultural fields and in factories and industries. They spend all day long to earn livelihood, but they give money to the government by way of taxes of 100 different types. Aringer Anna points out that a graduate will find many selfish men in social and political life. The selfish seekers live a luxurious life and they are praised. But at the same time, the patient, hardworking, poor people suffer a lot. Tyranny of all kinds will discourage the graduate. The environment is such that even the service minded are discouraged. Aringer Anna wants the graduate that the world in which they are to begin the journey may dim their hope and disturb their determination. Finally, he says that they should realize the continuous dream of men and women who were endued with the spirit of service. And they too have to carry on the crusade successfully and confer rich benefits on humanity. As Tamilians, they have inherited a rich legacy which are best suited to overcome even the environment and serve the society to the best of their ability. At last, he congratulates all the graduates and wishes them to march onwards towards the land of success. So, this is the speech by C.N. Annadurai. So, that's all about today's video. Thank you. Have a nice day.